Hey Joe, it's Folks here. If you are someone that is working on your print-on-demand store and getting ready to launch, this video should be a lot of help. That's because I'm going to be spending the entire time reviewing some of your print-on-demand stores. Every single Tuesday inside of my print-on-demand Facebook group, I make this post here, where I ask people to share their URLs and then I review them in my channel on videos like this. During the video today, we'll be breaking down their stores, their niches, their product choices, their designs, and even we'll take a look at some of their social media pages as well. If you get value out of this video, make sure to drop a like for good luck. And if you are not subscribed, make sure to do so you don't miss any of my other videos. I create lots of content showing you some of the best print-on-demand products that are out there, reviewing samples and more. And if you want to go through some step-by-step training, make sure to check out my course. There is over 30 step-by-step videos showing you exactly how to start your Shopify print-on-demand store. The best part is it is completely free and there is a link down in the description for you to check it out. So here's our first store here. It's called ShopbengalAthletics.com. Now, as we're going through these reviews today, this is going to be all basically raw video, basically my honest opinions of all of these stores as I am scrolling through them. So what I want to say first before we jump into these reviews today is please, if I review your store, if you are one of the people that submitted it inside of my Facebook group, please do not become offended by anything that I say, because I'm just going to be giving my honest opinions here, and the goal is to attempt to help. So this is the first store we're going to look at today. This one here will be the second one. This one here will be our third one. We'll take a look at this one fourth, and then we'll go to this store fifth. So 5 different print-on-demand stores that we will be looking at today. The first one here, ShopbengalAthletics.com. I'm going to kind of scroll through it and let you guys see it, right? And then we'll kind of come back up to the top and we'll break down some of the things that they have here. Now, obviously, ShopbengalAthletics.com is a store. We can read their description right here. It says, "We are an upcoming clothing brand currently working on expanding and creating a variety of unique designs. Our goal is to build a community where everyone can grow and improve in the year of the tiger through wearing our merchandise." As we scroll up, we see a lot of different products that have their logo on it. We see a lot of products that have this sort of tiger design on it. We see that again here on the drawstring bags and then as well on this t-shirt. Now, the one critique I have of this to start is when it comes to starting a print-on-demand store, one of the most important things that you need to do is, in most cases, choose a great niche. Now, the reason I say in most cases is because it depends on what your goal is. If your goal is to create a Shopify site and then use direct response marketing to make your sales, which means you are planning to either run ads or just make posts on social media, then you're going to likely need a niche. And when I see stuff like this where someone is kind of creating a clothing brand, then I kind of get concerned because, again, this is not really a niche. You're kind of creating your own brand and attempting to start a movement and get people to buy products representing that movement. Basically what I mean is when you start creating something called Bengal Athletics and you put it on various products like this, I think in most cases people don't know what this is and they don't really have any reason to buy it, right? This is essentially what companies like Nike does and Adidas and different things like that. And I think if you're going to be trying to compete with them, then you might, it might be a long road for you. One thing that I did see with this store is that they actually have a pretty active social media following. This is their Instagram page here. They have 1,700 followers, which was a little bit more, honestly, than I thought they would have. You can see as we scroll through their photos here that they do get a little bit of engagement. What I would say for this person creating this store, if your goal is to create this clothing brand, I think that you need to showcase what the brand is all about in a better way, meaning when you land on the Instagram page, all you're seeing is just photos of the merch, right? There's nothing here that gets people excited about what the brand stands for. There's nothing motivating here. It's just photos of the merch. And the same thing is true on the store. As we scroll through, all we're really seeing is products, right? Now, I heard someone say once that you can't create a movement through what you actually type. You're going to have to do more than that, but in some cases, you're going to have to write more about your brand than just this paragraph here. You're going to have to try to do something on your homepage to really showcase what the brand is all about, rather than just including a bunch of products thrown all over the homepage. Okay, so those are some thoughts on that. Let's take a look at Loveandawaken.com. Now, again, as I'm going through these stores today, I've looked at them a little bit before I started filming, but for the most part, a lot of my thoughts are going to be raw and kind of unfiltered, and basically just sharing them as we come across them. Right? As we scroll through this store, you can see that they have a store here, Loveandawaken.com, that kind of shares stuff that is about being present, as they say on the store here, being kind, positive thinking type of stuff. They have products basically for everybody. As we scroll through the homepage, we see some tank tops as well as some yoga mats, and a header at the top that says for those on the journey to become their greatest version. Now, some things that I like. I think their logo up at the top left is pretty nice. I think they have a decent color scheme throughout the entire store, meaning you can see this kind of pink color repeated throughout the store. If we jump onto one of their product pages here, I think they've done a decent job at incorporating some branding elements into their site. What I mean is, at the beginning of their description here, they wrote breathe in and breathe out in bold. They've also included this design here, this graphic that's in the description. I'm not really sure what that is. Obviously, it kind of relates to yoga and things like that. Overall, I think adding stuff like that is a good thing. I think this store, at least is trying to add some things. This trust badge, I'm not really sure how I feel about this. It's got a lot going on. It's got the payment icons. It's also got a money back guarantee. It's also got fast and easy returns in it. I also think it's kind of generic, right? It's just black, right? I think you probably could create something here that is a little bit more tasteful. There is a print-on-demand store. Actually, I don't know if it's a print-on-demand store or not, but they create similar products to what we're doing. This is it right here. They do a really nice job at creating something like this, right? See this little thing here? This is called a branded trust badge, where it says worry-free, quality guarantee, true to size, perfect fit guarantee. Stuff like that I think looks really nice compared to stuff like this that's a little bit generic. Theirs even had their logo in it. Now, let's talk about this design. Obviously, they have a lot of designs on their store. To me, something like this is very abstract. It's very generic to me. I think if you're going to get people interested in buying, almost $60 yoga mats from a relatively unknown brand, right? In the sense of, if someone is scrolling through social media, they come across an ad from this store for this product, what's really there to get them that excited to, in the moment, buy a yoga mat, especially when they're just on social media and they're not shopping, right? In order to actually succeed with something like this, I think you gotta, really try to create a unique design. Couple pointers just in terms of like formatting things. Your menu up here, I would capitalize the first letter of every word. Small stuff, I know, but just little things like that are things that I sometimes notice. If we go back to the homepage, one thing that I did feel is that I think some of the designs could be a little bit more. I think just putting the word dad bod on a tank top, or here for the beach body on a tank top, or even just this peaceful being tank top here. I think in order to succeed with print on demand, based on my experience with my own stores as well as the stores of people that I have interacted with, I think you got to do more than that when it comes to creating designs. I love these images here. I think you did a good job at attempting to create some branded images right here with these galaxy figures and icons and stuff. I think that looks nice. What I would say is, when it comes to a lot of these headers, typically for me, whenever there's a header or a slideshow going across the page like this, I typically want to include photos of some of the products that I'm actually selling, right? I don't like to do these generic types of things with like pictures and words. I like to showcase products that I'm actually selling. If you watch some of my other videos where I review stores, a lot of times some of the best stores out there, their header is a statement piece. It shows the products that they're selling, and it really just creates curiosity from people when they land on the homepage. And I think when you do this, it makes it feel not so much like an e-commerce shop and maybe more like a blog. Here's our next store. It's called deplorablecom with a 3 for the E instead of just writing the word deplorable, which I think is clever, right? By doing that allowed you, whoever's store this is, allowed you to get yourself a great domain name because it's short, it's sweet, it's memorable, it's easy to pronounce, and people in this niche are going to like that. As we scroll through the store here, we can see that there is some images going throughout the store. Obviously, this is in the political niche. Down on the bottom, there's some information about the store owner as well. And then down here, they have some information about how to get notified when more artwork is released. This store here, obviously, the owner is a great artist, right? They are hand drawing this stuff. It looks like you can see by their description here that they are a graphic designer. So I think overall you are definitely a great artist. It reminded me of this store here. This is called AAFnation.com, where they have some similar types of designs with some that have some really advanced artwork. The store that we're looking at right now, deplorable.com, reminded me a lot of this, right? I think when we click into some of these, I think your uniqueness and your overall appeal kind of dwindles a little bit. I think what you've done is you've created some really cool and really intricate graphics that are highly detailed and professionally done, and you've just kind of slapped them on random products. I think what I would recommend to you is to think about how you can put your graphics on products and make them look a little bit better. What I mean is, on this shirt right here, you can see just a solid line going right across the bottom, right? Because this graphic was drawn first and then kind of just slapped on the shirt, right? To me, that makes it look a little bit generic. It makes it look a little bit cheap. I think typically, when it comes to creating a design, that would make it, especially in real life, it would make it look not that great. So I think for you, what you should do is, potentially research that site that I just showed you, the AAF Nation one, and think about how you can, use your talent here of creating some really professional looking drawings and, end up creating some products that are, a little bit not appearing to be, generic. I think potentially there's an opportunity for you to add something to do with the mock-ups, right? Like instead of just having the images of the designs on here and then having you click in to see the products, like maybe you could create some sort of image that showcases the designs on the products, so that way it's not just a whole bunch of graphics on the homepage, if that makes sense. Our next store here is called thedutchawayoflife.com. Now, this store is interesting because it's about a country that I don't live in, so I don't know much about it. So part of what I'm saying might be perceived as me being an outsider. Secondly, what I do want to say is I think sometimes when it comes to selling print-on-demand products to people based on where they live, there's a fine line here between creating something very unique and awesome and creating products that you could typically see in an airport gift shop, right? What I mean by that is if you were to fly to the Netherlands and get off an airplane, you would likely see stuff very similar to this inside of the airport gift shop, right? Which to me is not a great strategy when it comes to creating a print-on-demand store, because most of our products are purchased impulsively by people as they are on social media. They come across our stuff, whether it's through an ad or a social media post, and they decide to make an impulse purchase that day. And to me, if you are creating things that you could typically find inside of the airport gift shop that just have a flag and the name of a place on it, I think that would be a difficult thing to succeed with. I love these mock-ups here that actually have like the blurred, what looks like a shopping mall behind them. I love those. I think some of these appear to be a little bit generic, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think it kind of goes with the entire flow of the store. I do like the color scheme that you have going on. You have your add to cart button in orange up here, as well as some of the accents on your logo in orange. So I like that. Let's check out a product page here and see what you got. Now, I wonder if there would be any language barrier here once I get this to load. If there, yep, so it appears to all be in English, which is good. I think the product page looks sleek. I think you've done a good job at making it look professional and formatting the text. Sometimes people, they put a whole bunch of text in their product description here, and then it becomes this huge wall of text that is really difficult to read. And I think by adding some formatting there in terms of bullets and then some bold headings up at the top, I think that's a nice touch. I like this trust badge, right? Compare this to the one we looked at before, right? Just the one that was all black letters. This one is really sleek. I like this. So nice job with that. Again, product images here are decent. I think maybe a better close-up of your design. This one here is a little bit blurry. I think that might be the only thing that I would recommend here. I think you did a good job at including a lot of different information for people to look at as they're browsing the site. Overall, I think this is a cool store. My biggest concern is that people might view this as something similar to what they see inside of an airport gift shop. I think you did a good job though at the bottom, including some reviews, right? I'm not sure how you were able to get these, like people just posting them on Facebook, if these are like your Facebook friends or something and you decided to utilize them as reviews on the site. If you did, awesome, that's a good thing, like good job doing that. But either way, I think that you might be having trouble selling some similar things to what you find in an airport gift shop. And again, that's just my opinion. Our next shop here is called SkateYukon 1896. Now, this store is obviously a store that is selling products to people that love to skateboard. They're building a little bit of a clothing line, sort of like our first store. As we scroll through, you can see they have skateboards for sale. They have some hoodies for sale, some joggers, and some hats, and some more things. I think overall, you've done a good job creating a great little product line here. I think the products that you've chosen in terms of the hoodies and the t-shirts and the hats, I think those all make sense for what it is you are trying to do. Now, again, like I said for the first store, I think when you're creating clothing lines like this and you're creating a brand based around your logo, you're going to have to really take a unique approach to what it is you're doing, and you're going to have to really try to build your movement. And again, I joked about before how you can't really build a movement through typing. You actually have to do something, right? And again, when we come to your Instagram, it does appear, like you have tried to, switch it up, creating some graphics like this to, try to get engagement. For the most part, though, a lot of these products are you just posting your merch. I think you got to do more than that. I think you got to post skateboarding content, people doing tricks, different things like that to actually grow this social media page rather than just posting a whole bunch of pictures of the merchandise that you're selling. One thing that I want to call out, because I think you guys have all seen t-shirts and hoodies and hats and stuff like that before. These skateboards here, these are print-on-demand skateboards that you can actually mount on the wall, and I actually do have some on my bookshelf back here, and on my channel I have some reviews of that product. This is a print-on-demand product that you can get from a print-on-demand company called WC Fulfillment, and they're actually not meant to be ridden on. This here, though, I'm not sure if this person is actually getting these from WC Fulfillment or if they're getting them from somewhere else, because I know WC Fulfillment has some more mock-ups that show the product actually mounted on the wall. So if you did want to sell mounted skateboard wall art, you can check them out. I also see on here that they have different options for people. So complete and assembled, I'm assuming means that it comes with the wheels. What I would say is, actually you do, I was gonna say you should describe it. You did. It says complete include grip tape, trucks, wheels. Okay, cool. So complete means that you're actually sending them the wheels. So I'm not sure if this is a print-on-demand product, because I have not seen print-on-demand suppliers offer the wheels and the trucks and things like that. I have seen wall-mounted skateboard wall art before. What I would say is maybe what you could try to do here is include some mock-ups showing the skateboard assembled, right? Showing the skateboard on the wall, right? So that way people can actually picture it. Really, this is an expensive item, over $100 right now, and this is our only product image of it, right? To me, if I'm going to be buying a skateboard and I'm going to be spending this much money on it, I'm probably going to want to see a few different product images of it. I'm probably going to want to see the actual wheels installed on it. I'm probably going to want to see what it looks like on the wall if that's my plan, That's just one tip there. I think you did a good job, like with the about pages and things like that. What I would say is maybe something on here, some sort of imagery on here to showcase the store, the brand, things like that, instead of just this wall of text here. Overall, I typically don't love when stores have a black background on the site. To me, it kind of throws things off a little bit. It makes it feel too dark. So that would be like one tip I would have overall. I also think that maybe trying to do a little bit more on your homepage about the store and about the brand. I know you had that About Us page, but when you land on this homepage, it's basically just this wall of products all the way through. And then when we land on the product page, there's really not much here, about your brand. And I'm someone who's a big proponent of adding a lot of different things to your product pages about the store, because if people are coming from an ad, for example, and landing on that product page, they're going to want to know a little bit about the store. And instead of making them click through to other things and potentially having them get distracted and not buying, if you just give them that information here on the product page, you could be a lot more likely to actually get them to buy, once they are there. So those are some thoughts here on this store. So hopefully this video was cool. A little bit of a different pace here than we've been doing recently here on the channel. If you guys enjoyed this style of video, or it's just me taking a look at real print-on-demand stores and just talking to the camera and giving some thoughts, let me know down in the comments. Type like I like this or something like that. Drop a like on the video and it'll let me know, to keep making these. Obviously, at this point we've been filming for a while. This is going to be a decently long video, and I'm going to have to have it edited and all that. So in order for me to make sure that this is worth doing and spending the time on, I want to know if you guys enjoy this sort of thing. So let me know down in the comments below. If you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.